What's clear is there is going to be an overwhelming demand from the public to be able to see the Queen's coffin. It's going to be possible to do that in both Scotland and London, am I right in saying?
Very important, this, yes. I think there's an absolutely pivotal change. It seems to be a change because The Guardian some years ago leaked a London Bridge, and it didn't include what I think is a wonderful idea, because since the Queen has passed at Balmoral, a place which she was so fond of, as we know, for her summer holidays, it was, I think, such a good idea to give the Scottish people a chance, if the coffin rests at St Giles in the Crown Prince's Walk, that they will have a day whereby they can file past it. So that is, I understand, the plan, and it seems to be an excellent plan. It would go to Holyrood House, and then subsequently to St Giles, and then it's transported to London. And that includes Scotland, because we do know, I mean, the Queen, her coronation oath was, of course, to serve the United Kingdom, and naturally, in 1977, she did make some comments that I recall on devolution, which weren't that favourable. So we know how fond she was of the Union, keeping the Union, and her request to the Scots to think carefully, which David Cameron rather let the cat out of the bag when he commented on that, nonetheless was obviously, as far as she could go from a point of view being coded, that the Union was something well worth preserving in the independence referendum, and it did go the right way. But of course there might be another one, and I can't help thinking that a lot of people in Scotland will be giving thought to events as we all are, and rather shocked, as I think I certainly have been, by events, and of course the changes that are happening and happening so swiftly. And what may emerge from this is the feeling that, yes, London may be the capital, and yes, it may be where things happen and so forth, and Windsor may be where the Queen is buried, but Scotland too is absolutely pivotal as part of the Union, and I think that is what the Queen would have liked.
Lady Colin Campbell, I really want to ask you about the King's speech. It was historic in so many ways. We learned so much about what the reign of King Charles III is potentially going to look like. What did you make of it, Lady C?
I thought it was an excellent speech. I thought that he addressed all of the concerns, and there have been considerable concerns, both from his detractors and his supporters. And I think he made it absolutely clear that he intends to muzzle himself and be as neutral and as unobjectionable as he possibly can be. And, you know, he will succeed. I've always said he's not dumb, and he's going to make sure that he abides by the conventions. What I also found was really interesting was that he made the point very clearly about the Church of England. Because if you remember, he used to be speaking about he wanted to be the defender of faith. Well, there is only one defender of faith, and it is the defender of the Anglican faith. And so I thought he was very measured in addressing people's concerns. I thought he was also brilliant in the way he love-bombed Harry and Meghan and made it absolutely clear that they have no part to play. And I know they don't want to have a part to play, but I don't think there's much of a way back for them, even if they did want to have a part to play. I think that they have so blotted their copy, but it's a very difficult situation for the family, and it's a very difficult situation for a father. You know, if you love your son, you don't want to have to cut him completely off. And I think it's the way he handled things was really very decorous, delicate, but firm. I was very impressed with the whole of the speech and all of the main bullet points. He ticked every box really very well.
Richard Fitzwilliam, I actually